Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris. Welcome to our Friday mentor session. Excited to get started here. We've got a couple people that want to talk about some things, so we are going to get right on it. We are joined also, if I can pick the right video, we are joined also by Tom, our lead programmer and technical lead and partner at Multivarious and GDEX. So let's go ahead. Double thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me get to Discord. Ashaka, you wanted to talk yesterday, and you came in because I had posted the wrong day. So you are first up. Just go ahead and click the request to join button or whatever, and we will get you situated. Hands up. Invite to speak.
All right.
Sweet.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
All right. So I guess I have a number of things going on. I guess I'm just
Sure.
So I've got a game I've been working on, trying to start my own studio, etc. I guess I'm a solo developer, so yeah, just trying to
Scary stuff.
make sure I'm not screwing anything up and all that. And yeah.
Sure. Well, how can we help you today?
Let's see. So I've got my Steam page that I should have had set up here, but
No worries.
And what is the tech stack for it right now? Are you using like Godot or something?
I'm using Unity right now. Yeah.
Unity right now? Oh, cool. I have the most experience with Unity out of all of them, so happy enough to advise on anything on that front.
But yeah, there's that.
Big part of it is like it's with most of the overhead of working on the game right now. Are you spending like the most time doing like is there anything that's like bottlenecking you as far as like making progress on it, or is it pretty much just like long list
largely,
of things and working through it slowly?
it's largely marketing is what I've been trying to figure out. That's the biggest thing, just getting eyes on it. And
hey, Tom, can you check the text I just pinged you real fast? Okay, sure. So we can get started, I guess, with well, before we get too far into it, do you want to kind of talk about what the game is? Do you have anything you want to show over Discord? So I'll just kind of get a basic level of what you're working on.
Let's see if I can actually screen share. That might not. I've been having trouble with that lately, but let's see. Is this actually going to work? Or oh, hey, it actually worked. How about that? Anyway, so here's my game. Yeah.
Mine's not loading up on my end. Tom, is it loading on your end?
It's buffering. It looks like.
It says the source is
sometimes
5 frames per second.
Oh boy.
It's still buffering for me. Are you sharing it at? It says source. Okay, yeah, that's currently streaming at 5 frames. Okay, stream failed to start.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let me check. Make sure if there's any Discord outages right now.
At the very least, it's. I'm on Linux, by the way, so screen sharing is a bit finicky.
No current issues at the moment.
All right, well then I'll just pull up your Steam page for the stream watchers. So give me 1 second while I kind of get that.
Are you in the Discord stream settings? Are you sharing your whole screen or like the application?
Should be the whole screen, yeah.
Maybe try switching to the application, because I think you need to share the application for us to hear any audio anyway.
Let's see. This. Any luck?
Not yet. Still just says that the source is at 5 FPS and that it's like I got like the loading spinner. Right kind of report.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab real quick. Least laboratory. Okay, so we at least have it on screen right now. Kind of get things situated there. Okay, cool. Well, all right, we've got it up on stream. So why don't you let us know, or not let us know? Well, why don't you talk to us about the project, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Let's see. Hold on, I have one more thing to try. Never mind. Okay, anyway, so it's that's my game I've been working on. It's a puzzle game, a block pushing puzzle game with portals is the concept.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're able to move stuff around, and I probably need to work on my pitch for that. So,
Yeah, that would be my
Yeah.
first recommendation. If marketing is your major thing, you probably need to have a little bit more of a solid pitch here.
yep.
So I'm gonna make that.
No, I mean,
Nope.
I think Chris, you were. I think were you? Do you remember Wednesday? Like, he had like a 3D printed portal gun out. He was like gonna have that
Yeah,
like
I remember
along
that.
with his game. Yeah, like I think there is a bit of like, is the people who will like this game are people who want to solve puzzles. They want to play like a like basically, you know, inspired by Portal 2D take. So I think, you know, I think what's here is I think the fact that it's not playable at the moment for like a user. Is there a way for somebody to like play test and give you feedback based on like how the game is currently running? Do you have like a tester pool or like a community or
Let's
something that
see.
like private testing
Actually,
channel or something like that?
sort of. Yeah, I have a
Like
itch
friends and
page that's
family sharing
somewhat
builds
private.
or something.
Actually, I can probably send you a link to that if that.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we're happy to look at it. But okay, so we've identified we got to work on a pitch a little bit. What else? When you say marketing, like, what do you mean by that? What are you trying to accomplish?
Basically, I'm trying to get some like wish lists on my Steam page. Uh, yeah, my goal is to like get that going a little bit, and then put out a demo, and then try to build an audience from there.
Okay.
And yeah,
Do you do any like live dev blogs, dev journal? Do you have a website other than the Steam page? Do you have any social media?
let's see. I have my Blue Sky account, which I've been trying to figure out how to work on that.
Okay. Do you post to that? Is it under
I'm
Lisa
trying
Lisa
to.
Lab, or
It is not.
what would your
Let's see.
Blue Sky be?
Yeah, there's that.
Wait, let me check this
I haven't really gotten a ton of progress on it just yet, but
Yeah, that's fine. I
yeah,
just want to get a lay of the land of where you are and
yeah,
what you're working on. So
yeah,
let me pull this up.
yeah. There's my account.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with Blue Sky a bit, and yeah, just seeing how much attention I can get.
You got 7
And I've been
followers.
just
That's better than nothing.
yeah,
Um. Okay.
like
guess I'm
definitely
just not sure.
people do like seeing behind the curtain and like if you're solving any problems that are tough, like being able
Oh
to
yeah,
document little victories and stuff. That's always because then you're showing bits of gameplay, you're showing yourself as a person, the story around the game, and like people can get attached to the character of the game as well as like the process of it being developed, especially if there's like early access or something.
Okay.
Are you currently are you just like building more puzzles out, or is the game functionally complete, or do you have like major features you're still working towards, or
I'm just Mostly dealing with bugs, trying to flesh out certain areas with more puzzles and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
but
the
like, I guess is there stuff that you want to do that you haven't already done with it, or like features that you're looking to,
well,
or is it pretty much like you're just gonna think about
feature
that after
wise,
the bugs are caught up on?
feature wise, I just mostly need to add a. Well, after the bugs, it's just adding a finale. That's kind of where I'm at.
So you're feature complete.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. How many like just again for ground
What's the
setting here? Like,
playtime of the game right
yeah,
now?
how many
Yeah.
levels do you have? What's the expected play time?
Currently I'm around 200 levels.
Damn. Okay.
That's where I'm trying to. I'm a little under that. That's where I'm trying to get to. And,
Okay. So what's that get you to? I mean, each level's probably a minute or so, like in
maybe
complexity.
more than that. It's like a good couple hours, I think, at least.
Yeah, it
Okay.
would be great if your stream was working because you could just show us like your hardest puzzle. We kind of
Oh yeah.
Okay.
that would be maybe good content at this point. And where it's at is like you kind of you have the basics of the game demonstrated really well. Maybe like showing at least like a taste of like how tough it can get at the end. That could
Yeah.
attract people who are looking for actual like challenging puzzle games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these kind of puzzle games, like you could do, little community streams where you show a level and it'd be like, have people work through it together or something, or you could give out Steam keys and be like, I mean, do you have a mechanism right now for like a point scale or time tracking or anything?
Uh, sort of. I have some analytics that I'm got set up.
Okay. All in the final version of the game, are you going to have any of that, or does it matter how quickly you do it? The puzzle is it just as long as it gets done?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I've. That's not part of the thing. And that's like a whole discussion that I've.
I mean, you don't need to. I'm just
But
thinking of. I'm going back to your
yeah,
first question
absolutely.
was about marketing, and marketing and community building for a non-release product are going to be about how do you get people excited and engaged in doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Hmm.
And so having like little speed run Saturday or something, I definitely think that it could be cool to. You're not in early access right now, right? Because you can't download it. You can do a Steam
Yeah.
key. I mean, you could do an early access release and like branch off this like early access period from your main period and do like a new level release every week. And that could be a way of being like, oh, hey, this level's, out today. Check it out.
Hmm.
And just,
Actually,
it could just be like a giant menu of every week you release a new level. When do you want to have this released? Do you have a timeline?
uh, my goal is I was planning on sometime over the summer is when I'm planning on. I was hoping to get it into Next Fest over the summer and then
Okay. Oh,
release after that.
okay. So that could be cool. You could start, if you started sometime in April, just doing a level release as part of early access every week and just put the early access out for free for people to check it out. Then on that specific early access build, you just release a new level every week and let people kind of fool around with it, give you feedback. You could
Yeah.
you could include a built-in. It could either be built into the app, or the easiest way is like click this button and it takes you to a Google form to leave some feedback about the level, and then that way you're like, hey, I want to get your feedback. I want to see what you think. Feel free to record it and let folks know because that will also let you see how people approach your game. And when we did Hatchet, what seems like eons ago, we tested it on a lot of different groups. But even then, on release, there were some players who figured out like really crazy ways to beat some of our levels and like beat our high scores in ways that we just didn't even see coming. So it's always good to let people try stuff out. So I think like a weekly level release could
Okay.
be kind of cool. And then when you get to the full game, you just release it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
I would
price
say
I
point
was
the
so
you looking at?
I was actually this one thing. I was actually thinking of like making a demo version of the game that like works. It's a WebGL version, and then you can just feed in like a level key into the browser, like the URL, and so then it would be able to be like, oh, you can play this level, and so then I could just put out like specific levels and something
Yeah,
like
that would be
that.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
Unity should be able to do that
I
with like
wouldn't.
make a web jail build
It'd be
and stuff.
cool, but I wouldn't do that just because you've now fractured your game into two different environments.
Yep,
And then also
it's fair. Yeah.
you're gonna have to find a key, which every barrier you put up in front of people decreases their engagement.
Well,
So
it would be in the link that I provide. That's you're
Yeah, I'd
not like
say
hunting for the key.
super just depends on what you're comfortable with. Like if you like
Yeah.
hack together stuff like that all the time, where you got like
What
you
you're
know
saying is something like a Steam build or a Steam demo that is weekly levels. Is that where you're
yeah, I'm saying if
suggesting?
Steam is the primary platform you're gonna release it on, then like release it on
Yeah.
Steam.
Okay.
Because if you're
yeah, if your
Yeah.
if your game's in a state where you're like, I'm able to build the main like menu scene and like these 4 levels, and like it will like work as a standalone like thing, then yeah, you can just throw it at WebGL and hope it works like off the rip. If it does, then that I mean that's pretty easy to do, and like you're not really maintaining a separate platform if Unity's able to do it by default. If Unity can't do it by default, and you got to do a bunch of extra engineering to get it to work, then yeah, then it's a little more problematic.
yeah,
But at the very least, you can release puzzle teasers as like content, just to like let people know like, hey, there's really hard puzzles like out like in the later levels, and
yeah.
just to diversify what's going out there. Like I was gonna ask, is the framing of the game like, is it like you're just in a menu and here's all the puzzles and you just complete them all, or is there like stuff going on between rooms, or like how does it flow from puzzle to puzzle? Because that can come back to like, do you have like, is there anything you can do for like optimization or like secrets that could be in levels that you wouldn't like get the first time you played it? Because that can make the world feel more alive too. If there's like stuff to discover beyond just solving the puzzles, and like there's like story stuff going on, can be compelling to people. A lot of people like go play a visual novel because they just want to, you don't want to make your game something it's not. But if there's little things you can do to like make it be like, it's more than just a linear series of puzzles,
Mhm.
just add it, the
Oh yeah. I
details like
just
that just adds heart to the game, and that can draw people in too.
I just
Go
sent
ahead.
you both the link to the WebGL version. Just
Oh,
Okay, cool.
so you can take a look at
Yeah,
the
I
old
mean,
build I have. Yeah.
WebGL is fine. Again, I'm personally, I'm a big fan of just rapid iteration and staying focused. And if you're not releasing your game on the web and you're not releasing your game on WebGL, then like, yeah, you're getting people out, you're getting your game out there, and there's levels that people can play
I
on the
mean,
web, but that doesn't. If your goal is Steam wish list, that doesn't get you to Steam wish lists. If your goal is
yeah.
to test the user experience and the user journey of your Steam app, then WebGL's not really going to do that. I mean, you'll get like eight,
Yeah, this is just
Well,
for like testing, pretty much.
but yeah,
yeah, I mean, if Unity's giving it to you for free, and you can
Yeah.
control what people have access
but
to,
what are you testing,
then
right?
but well, you'd be testing the game then.
Just test the game through Steam,
Yeah.
you know. But if you do WebGL, then make sure there's a link back to your Steam page. I mean, it's not the end of the
Yeah.
world. Like, it's not that big of a
No,
deal, but it's just keep within
Yeah, I
the.
need to
See this now,
update
you
this.
got
Yeah.
like yeah, like
Okay.
card pickups and
So you got a
stuff.
release of summer. Yeah, to Tom's point, if there's like a little narrative hook somewhere, then you would want to release the levels in a way that is going to grab people through the narrative so that
Oh yeah, there
they
is a bit
they
of
want to keep going. But
adding mechanics and
yeah, I mean the big things. If we're in April, May, June, July, so we're 3 or 4 months away. Then yeah, you need to be posting to Blue Sky. Probably make some like quick little dev videos, but mostly you just want to get out in front of people. So
yeah.
go to COG.
Quick question with this playtest. How is this? Can I? Where does it stop? Is it just the whole game right here, or as it is right now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's an older build, but yeah.
Oh, you can play the later stuff too. Yeah, there's the portal. Got the portal gun.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I would probably if you have 200 levels right now, you could probably create like a 20 level version that tells like a little tight story and gets most of the mechanics in, and that could be pretty cool. To get out there as your early access. And then
Okay.
you are going to want to make sure that somebody, and we can do this, we can talk about the details offline, but you are going to want to have some testing groups that are going through the entire game, and that doesn't need to be public facing, but you definitely need QA.
Yeah, Steam can give that to you.
Yeah.
And Itch.io can too, but yeah, it's about where you want to be. You might as well just go to where you want to be.
Yeah. And then
I'm glad you see your versioning, so that stuff's always important. And
yeah,
keeping a change log as you go.
have you
on source control? I assume that's
Yeah, if you hit Control I, it'll let you unlock everything. By the way,
nice.
you'll have to reopen the menu, but yeah.
Have you gone to showcase this at the Cleveland devs group?
I have, yes.
Okay. What's the reception
Yeah,
been to that generally?
Yeah, people seem to like it. Yeah, I've been taking it to COG and Cleveland Game Dev. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna ask this. I don't mean anything by it, but are you happy with the artistic direction? Is that where you want it to be, or do you need some folks to?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
That's the thing I'm sort of a little shaky on, but
yeah,
I kind of wish it had more visual appeal. But
so there's a back and forth, and there's a reality that we live in, which is that there is a lot of games out there, and most people they're gonna look for something that like grabs their attention visually. I like the character art design. I think it's kind of cute. But like the blockiness look, like I feel like you could. It seems like the lead character is a little bit more detailed from a sprite position than the rest of the world is. So maybe you could bring the rest of the world up a little bit to match that, but that's really up to you on the aesthetic that you want to achieve.
Yeah, the puzzles are nice though. I think they're creative and
Yeah.
they're giving me some thinking.
Also, I would probably, this is just a thing in software. It's kind of funny. In art, they have this saying that if you can't make it good, make it big, and if you can't make it big, make it red. For apps, I generally think making things a little bit smaller is a good idea, and like the icons you have for like I assume that's like a back button or a rewind. I don't know what is that. The upper left button.
Yeah, it's an undo button. Rewind.
Okay, so it's an undo. Okay, yeah, I might.
Yeah, I'm like holding it down right now while it's rewinding. So
okay, cool. Yeah, I might shrink those a little bit, or maybe. It just seems like you have three. This isn't really what you asked, but I'm just telling you anyway because you're on stream. But it seems like you have three differing visual styles going on. You've got like the sprite work of the lead character, then you have the kind of basic sprite work of the level, and then you have the icon work of the I assume menu and rewind button, and like as a cohesive unit, they're not really like gelling. So put some thought maybe into how you can.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've been trying to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as
Yeah, you
simple
might.
as finding an artist in the community that might be able to help you spruce things up, or I mean, you could just roll with it and see what happens. But
Yeah,
the thing,
say like you might want better like full keyboard support because it's a little hard for me to. I've been testing trying to just
see,
use the menu with
see
only
now
because that makes it more accessible. And
we're
whatnot.
exactly where I was saying you don't want to be though, because now you're spending time on keyboard support for WebGL, and is that going to translate one to
Well,
one
that's
into keyboard?
I assume that this would be the same on Steam. Like if I was playing the Steam version, this would also be happening there too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we
It's
don't know. So I'm just trying to keep your life as simple as possible, right?
Okay.
if you're playing with a gamepad, which a lot of people will want to, like,
Yeah,
how
do
do
you
you
have
get to the
gamepad
menu if
support?
you're on?
Not currently.
Okay.
I can
That
try
is
it out.
Make-
Let's see what
something I'm
Unity's doing
hoping
by
to.
default. Because sometimes Unity's doing a lot by default.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
So yeah, gamepad.
So here's the thing I'm trying to get you to from the visuals. And again, like my goal, my only goal here is just to help you be successful, right? So you can take whatever info you want and take it or don't take it or whatever. But I would go to itch.io and I would look at games that are in a similar genre and scan through them and just do a simple, it's almost like, this sounds terrible, but it's almost like a hot or not, where you compare your game next to the game you're looking at on itch. And you're like, does my game look just very quickly better or worse than this game? Then go to the next game. Better or worse than this game? Go to the next game. Better or worse? And just do that for like 5 minutes to give you a rough idea of how your game looks just on a basic like root level, because that's what your potential customers are going to be doing, right? There's so many games on Steam, there's so many games on itch that people are just going to like, they're going to give your game a 3-second look and decide to play it or not. And so we need to get your game to a place. I say we need to, like, I'm just some fucking dude, right? You don't have to listen to me. But what we want to is get your game to a place that when people are kind of scanning through and clicking through potential games, that they stop for a second and they're like, oh, this looks pretty cool. And unfortunately, just because the way the world works, mechanics, unless you can show a really cool mechanic like right off the bat, mechanics are generally not enough to get people to stop. It's going to be some sort of visual something or other. So it could be even something like, I'm just throwing ideas out here,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Yeah.
you've got this black background or this on the WebGL, it's like gray, what Tom's playing. Like, can you do something interesting in the background that is got a little visual flair to it? Like, have you ever seen Hotline Miami?
Yeah.
Here, let me pull up Hotline Miami. It's a completely different type of game. Like, you guys are going for vastly different styles, but let me just grab this, and then I'm going to do.
Okay.
Oh, I can't share my screen. Why can I not share my screen?
See, they have like some kind of like gradient background kind of thing.
Yeah, am I not? Why am I not cool enough to share my screen, Tom? Do you know?
You're
Here we go.
really
Now,
bad.
yeah.
Score's just bullying us all.
Yeah, so you can imagine that sort of looking down, it looks very similar, but they've got this like screen here, and let me just skip through this.
They do have like the background's very abstracted there, like
Yeah, nobody cares about this. But here, like when you're running around doing stuff. Sorry, my internet seems to be chugging today. So let me find a level where here's a level. So people are running around as you're doing stuff, like when you hit things, like the light goes, but
the background's kind of an indicator for what happens.
yeah, like you may not need to go that far, but like there's this sort of shifting color. Now this is trying to do like an 80s aesthetic, sort of like a psychotic 80s aesthetic. So it's not the vibe you're going for, like overall, but it creates this like sort of liminal space thing that could be kind of interesting with how you've set your game up. because it seems like you're in this like weird portal lab where space and time don't necessarily function the way that they do in the real world. But just as an example, that
Yeah.
I'm showing here.
Yeah, or if there's like in-universe reasons why it's like this, then for fun, you can always just have little snippets of something in the
Mm-hmm.
menus or outside of the game just to reinforce that. But it's one of those things where the black background may be the intentional design, but it's a case where the intentional design is also like one of the easiest things you can do. So if it's
Hmm.
just doing a little bit of something, it shows like care of detail, like yeah, it's meant to be black, and here's why like the effort is there and why the design eye is there. Like
Mm-hmm.
here's what that does for it. It could even just be space background, and or anything.
Yeah.
Or yeah, some like you're in a void. Like if you're like the story is you're
Yeah.
trapped in a space-time void and there actually is nothing to see outside, then that's at least like you're hitting them with like the artistic explanation. And that's
Yeah.
that's always nice, just a level of detail that people appreciate
Yeah.
when we start this
Ideally,
puzzle.
every element of your project you kind of want to fit together as a nice whole. Do you do you have any budget for this game? Out of curiosity.
Uh, not really.
Okay. That is, yeah, that's the most common answer. Because yeah, being able to bring on just a nice designer who could spend a little time on it, but I don't know what kind of like UI UX or level design, not level designers, but like just
Yeah.
illustrators or whatever are in the Cleveland Cleveland space, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm so here's the thing. I'm a big fan. I'm an artist at heart, among many things. Like
Okay.
I'm a photographer. I have an art degree in photography. Is my bachelor's, and I think that you can get away with a lot when you are making something creative, with just making sure that every sort of scene looks is nice to look at, just looks pretty, because then that
Yeah.
way, even if people are getting stuck or bored or not sure what to do, they're at least looking at something pretty. And a lot of times like that can carry you a long way. I use Cyberpunk all the time as an example of this, because like literally around every corner you can tell that they made every area in that game look using lights, shadowing, scene composition. They're really good at like rule of thirds and stuff like that. Even if you're just like turning down a hallway and it's just a hallway and there's nothing in there, they make
hmm
sure that that hallway is interesting to look at.
Yeah.
And so,
That's been one of my goals when designing levels, is just make them visually appealing and
yeah.
yeah.
And that's the thing, is like you've got this cool like this. I'm looking at the one here. Let me pull it up. So that's
Actually, these puzzles are genuinely tough, and the mechanics are very consistent. So,
that's cool.
like, what kind of bugs?
All right.
Let me ask about the bugs a bit. And I know we're
Well,
about halfway, so if somebody else
Sure.
wants mentoring, they should
can
raise
can
their
you hold on
hand.
one second, just Tom, just because I just
Uh,
pulled this image up here, right?
oh, you're fine.
Like if you look at, hopefully you can see it on Discord. Yes, maybe. Like you've got this thing. You've got these like lasers here. Like, what if you were able to somehow visually extrude these elements like up, so there's a little bit of perceived height. You're using like perspective,
Okay.
and then if you had these like lasers producing just like a little bit of a red glow effect that maybe hits the ground and maybe some of the walls. It doesn't have to be super intense, right? But just that could be an interesting visual element where the lasers are producing some light.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a little bit of shadowing around some of the I mean, hell, go back and look at like the old Nintendo games. Like Nintendo's really good at creating this like false sense of perspective with top-down elements in like Zelda and stuff. So,
Well,
just something to think about. But
I feel like my
Nice.
brain just grew like 5 times right
nice.
Yeah.
Tom, you wanted to ask about bugs?
there. Yeah, it's just like curious because sounds like the bug list is kind of like something you're slogging through, or it's just
Oh yeah.
like occupying your time. So I just wondered like the nature of them, or how severe is the worst bug? Like we talking
I mean,
crashes,
it's
game freezes.
largely it's unimplemented features. All right.
Oh yeah,
Like
that was like my first question was what else do you want to do that hasn't been done yet?
like it's little like not really I wouldn't say features, it's just little like quirks of existing features that don't quite mesh properly. Like one thing I recently fixed was what happens if you try to push a portal block through another portal block in like certain orientations and like making sure all of those make sense and stuff like
See,
that.
it's a little too. I would make the true source and direction of these like blue beam things a little more apparent. It was taking me a while to like figure out which side is where it starts and which side is where it's going. And
Okay.
the sources. And then there is a difference, so I can tell like you know you just like, oh yeah, it's the darker side is the source, but you know that's like something I'm like having to learn a bit. So just
Okay,
a
yeah.
little touch of feedback there.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to implement is making it so like all those emitters are inside of the blocks that they're coming out of instead of just being on the edge of it. I think that'll help make it a little more clear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, yeah, it's like little stuff like that that I'm trying to figure out.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you are on the right track. You got where you want. You're breaking Tom's brain, so that's always a plus. I think from the marketing thing, so tying it back into the first question you asked, yeah, try to find a way to post, a couple of times a week, even if it's like some screenshots, or maybe do a live like dev video or something once a week. Doesn't have to be super complex. Keep going to the Cleveland events. Obviously, I think coming to GDEX, which we talked about yesterday, would be valuable, though that's going to be after your current release plan. So that could be an opportunity to do
Yeah.
a post mortem or something at GDEX. And then also, we do have the GDEX Awards, and we have a
Like
category for both.
largely my release depends on what my how my finances play out, so
Yeah,
that's kind of
doesn't it all? Doesn't it always?
yeah.
But GDEX, we
Just
have the
rewind.
game awards, and we have a released and unreleased game category. So keep that in mind too. Like if you're not 100% ready, then maybe don't do it until, or you could release GDEX weekend. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
It's always harder to compete against released games than it is unreleased games for something like the GDEX Game of the Year award.
Mhm.
So and then I think
Yeah.
oh, I just lost my
Yeah, I've
thought.
been debating waiting until like after that for the release too, so
Yeah,
yeah.
and something that I try to remind folks, it happens every year, and I get it, like because everyone's so busy and we're just running around like crazy people. But if you're ever doing something as part of a promotion or a release or an early access or whatever, let us know ahead of time for GDEX, because then we can make sure that that gets promoted in our GDEX materials. Because
Okay.
we've had people, it happens every year where I'm talking to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing. I was like, why didn't you tell me about that? Like I would have made sure that went out with our GDEX emails, or we could have gotten it on our schedule so that when guests use the app, they can see that's happening. So sometimes people will do like a tournament, or you could do like you could make a little mini demo of like 5 levels and time it and be like, whoever can get the best time on these 5 levels by the end of the weekend gets whatever. GDC
Okay.
at GDC there was a game called Black Emperor, which was really cool. I was the number one player it was an arcade game at the end of the first day at like 4,400 points or something, and the winner at the end of the weekend got this like cool enamel pin. By the time the end of the weekend happened, it had gotten up to like almost 12,000 points as the top score, and people kept coming back to it over and over again. I went back every day to see if I could kind of get back to the top, and it was a really really fun engagement tool. So kind of think about those things, and I'm happy to put stuff like that into our schedule for GDEX.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll keep that in mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to do
Can't
stuff.
push portals into portals. Good thinking.
Yep.
Any last questions or thoughts? We kind of went off in a lot of directions here, but any last questions or
Oh
thoughts
yeah.
on anything you want to discuss?
I
Yep.
think like largely my concern is with like the visual appeal. Like that's as we've discussed, like figuring out the menus and stuff and like all this. And yeah, I've been messing with
Yeah.
shaders and like learning how to do all that. So hopefully I can put something together.
I'll say since this is all in Unity, and I assume you've been keeping pretty default on stuff, like you using like the built-in input systems, because really the only thing the gamepad is missing is the fact that my gamepad happens to emulate to mouse. I think Steam's doing that for me, so it's
Okay.
like practically already working. Making
Nice.
sure that you're doing navigation stuff, like the UI
Oh yeah, yeah.
navigation for the elements should work with mouse and keyboard or with gamepad generally.
Yep.
Just to make it cohesive so people can immediately play it when they load it up on Steam, regardless of their input
Yeah,
choices.
that's a big thing I need to work on. Yeah.
Makes it super approachable. But yeah, I'd say the art right now is belying how tricky the game is, and I'm appreciating the depth of the puzzle craft. Like if all the levels are like this quality, then this is good stuff. So like,
Yeah,
um,
I'm going to show something. Have you played
if
Braid before?
Yeah.
Yes.
if
Yeah.
Okay,
That was actually
if
one of my inspirations.
so
So.
I'm gonna pull something up here
yeah,
on stream again. Share your screen. So
I would say if you have running into specific technical issues, feel free to like chat about them. Especially with Unity, I've been around the block a lot, so if you're like just stumped on something random, hit feel free to reach out because probably I've seen it before. If not, I have something I can point you towards if there's any bottlenecks like that. But if you're just working smoothly and it's just a long list of stuff and you're not like you don't feel like you're making your systems more complicated by like fixing bugs, and that's like kind of the doom loop I want to steer people away from. Um, yeah, you can
Like
always
it's a
reach out.
mix of both of like both directions, to be honest.
yeah. So
Like in certain cases, making things more complex somehow simplifies the code actually because it makes me deal with
Usually,
certain things.
often if the code ends up simpler, that's like a good improvement generally, just in my
Mhm.
experience. Um,
sure. So just
yeah,
for fun,
so
real fast, this is Braid. I think I think this game's great, but this is what Braid like sort of looks like in the final game. This is what the game looked like. Oops, when he was working on it, right? So like
Yeah.
big difference. So he hired an artist to come in and work on it. Something you can do that I think a lot of people don't really think about. And again, I'm a big fan of making sure every project has its own kind of like visual identity, which is important. But you are using Unity. There is a Unity asset store, and that Unity asset store might have a number of assets that you could use for these levels that might spruce the game up in a way that looks how you want it to look. Find those assets, put it in there, throw a couple like little shaders that give you a visual style. Little dose of lighting and some good use of shadows, and you could have something that looks really slick.
Okay.
And
Cool.
and
Yeah.
Unity Asset Store's got a lot of free stuff on it. Just make sure that you can use it as a commercial product, which almost everything in the Unity Asset Store you can. But
I would say the big plus here is that you are very confident that you own everything. So
yep,
um,
Mhm.
that you're starting from that baseline where you definitely own everything. Anything you want to enhance or you can do a lot stylistically.
mm-hmm.
Just subtle animations. Just it's about showing like almost like exaggerating, trying to make sure every detail has like something on purpose happening that's letting the player know that it's meant to be there and it's
Yeah.
fully intentional.
Like having
That
that moving water could be interesting. Like right now, it's obviously very blocky. Like you could talk to our artist Katie about how to do. My brain is just totally not working. But how to do tile based blocks that merge together, so it looks like it's not a series of individual blocks, but it's one kind of ocean. So there's lots of ways to do interesting tiling that Katie could give you advice about. So yeah, lots of different things that you could do, but I want to make sure. Like I just came back from GDC 3 weeks ago, and it was just so obvious that when people are walking around looking at games, that anything that had an interesting visual element to it, people would stop and look at and check out. I mean, even right there, that rewind effect, right? Like that kind of has a VHS look to it. Like, was that intentional? Like, did you want?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you wanted it to look like
That's
a
what I was going for.
VHS rewind?
Yeah.
So why not use the VHS idea through other elements of the game in some way? You know,
Okay. I mean, yeah.
like that could be. I mean,
Kind of.
right there, that could be kind of cool. Like if you had some little bit of visual distortion happening in the game, so it looked like you were playing it on an old VHS machine. That could then tie in potentially to the Portal idea, where you're messing around with time and space. So now,
Yeah. Actually, had this whole like time mechanic that I had in there.
okay. So you can do a lot of things both visually and thematically to
Yeah.
blend it all together. And the good thing. Oh, did you stump Tom? Was Tom stumped?
No, I wanted to double check where in the game I was here.
Okay.
I think Bridges 2 is the end. So okay. I'm not feeling as bad about getting stumped by like the last level in this sequence.
Yeah.
I just wanted to double check that I wasn't like in like area 3 or something.
Sure.
This is pretty diabolical though. I really like it. I can appreciate it.
I mean, and that's
All
the good
right.
thing is the fact that you have a really interesting like core gameplay mechanic that give it means the game itself is in a good space, right? Like the fact that we spent so much
Yeah.
time on like the visuals and some QA stuff, and I'm sure there's some probably quality of life stuff, but the fact that the game is actually really engaging, like, good job. That's a great place to be.
Hey, thanks.
Also, we didn't really mention this, but you should keep in mind that like if you're planning on releasing in summer, and you drowned, and you're thinking about marketing, like you're behind, to be blunt.
Yeah.
Like yeah, most marketing initiatives you're going to want to start at at least around 6 months, and the 3 months leading up to the game release are going to be pretty heavy on social media pushes, attending events, all that kind of stuff. So you need 3 to 6 months. If you were working with a publisher, they would be working a year in advance
Mhm.
on the publishing. So you don't want to wait until the game is done and out to do your marketing
Yeah.
efforts. And then one other thing that
Of course. Yeah.
I do mention to people that they don't really think of is you don't have to release your game on like in every region all at once. So a very common area to do like kind of a pre-release, a test release on is Australia. It's relatively affluent,
Okay.
native English language, pretty big gaming market. So you could always release your game early in Australia to start getting that early feedback and see if there's any like major bugs or anything before you do a worldwide release. So just something to think about. Ireland and Scotland are often considered pretty good too. But you could plan for like a July or August release in kind of Australia to just see what the reception is like, and then take that knowledge and apply it to your kind of full release. You don't have to, just an idea.
Yes. Okay. cool.
Cool. Well, we'll also be posting this video up on our YouTube channel. So if at any point you're like, what was Tom saying or what was Chris talking about, you could go back and watch the video. But sweet, man. Seems like
Alright.
you got a good thing. Tom's grooving on it.
Well, my pride is not gonna let me not finish this puzzle now that I've started it. But like we said, if
Wish you
anybody
luck.
else was hoping to get time to talk to us,
Yeah, I don't see any other requests.
let us know. Like, or wait, make sure nobody's been chatting in the chat. Chatting in the chat.
Is anybody?
Oh, just kind of people bounced off of our conversation. That's all good.
I will say I haven't seen anyone try this level yet, so this is interesting.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm close. Is it actually? I'll ask. Is it winnable from this state? Am I still on the right track, or did I get that
don't
other block
think
back?
so.
Okay, let me get that other block back.
We do have a question from Miss Fox, so we'll wait for.
Oh yeah. How far does this rewind work? I assume you're just logging like frames and inputs.
Yeah, it just goes back to the start of the level. So
Yeah,
It's
it
just
could be
everywhere.
kind of cool to have some sort of visual indicator of, you could put like a time, like when you're rewinding, like an old VHS
Oh, yeah, yeah.
timestamp that goes back or something.
Oh yeah.
Just
If it's
that's cool.
storing every frame and
Actually, I
input,
haven't thought of
then
that. Yeah.
I think if it's storing literally every frame and input, then you would have like a hard cap on that eventually.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's one and related to any bugs you're currently working on, but I don't know.
Not currently.
obviously a quick restart button is always useful too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is that.
Oh, is there?
There is
Okay.
one. Yeah, I can restart.
Okay.
But I actually accidentally held it down a little too long. So I did the first part too quickly.
She's never gonna get out of this lab.
Already, yeah. I feel like. Oh wait.
Cool.
It's just fun to watch Tom work on it. I think we have one question that's being typed right now, and then so we'll wait for a sec.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to send this off to some other YouTubers and maybe get them to make a video on it. And, yeah. Hopefully that'll get somewhere.
Yeah, maybe it's hard these days. I don't think. Oops, wrong button. YouTubers just don't have the clout that they used to have. Influencers, as
Yeah,
they
it's
say.
like really gotta target a community where you're like, you like that creator too. You're like a mutual fan, and like, then it's all like it's tough. You pretty much just want to like be like, if you like some creator and you like the people who like their stuff, then like if you can get them to play it, then yeah, that's great. But I wouldn't like go out of my way or like reach out to people that you don't know just because they have big numbers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You probably want to have it be more personal than that, or like friend of a friend or something like that. Usually where they'll be really playing it in good faith and giving it a chance, and yeah, it is hard to find folks like that without already just kind of knowing them. But we're like, again, it's like just gotta be. That's just market awareness or something. It's one of those soft skills.
Yeah.
Everybody can be better at it. Wait, okay.
Okay.
Like, there's only two places where I want to maybe dunk a block. I'm not sure which one's right yet. Zeroing in here.
All right. There's a question. I've been learning Godot for the game. It's been going well. Thing is, I never actually seen any games actually released using the engine. It's always either Unity or Unreal. In essence, should you make it in Unity or Unreal? I don't think so. I think here, let me see. Does good.
Well, one of the things, if you don't already know about Godot, that it is designed to be very transferable to both of those engines.
Yeah, I'm just looking up what kind of games are made in. Here's the Godot, official Godot showcase.
Kind of got to take it case by case of like, why did that studio convert to Unity or that studio decide to convert their Godot game into Unity or Unreal? Because it could be for various reasons, and if it's not that there was some limitation with Godot that they couldn't do what they wanted, and it's merely that Unity and Unreal can publish to more platforms out of the box, then there's probably no reason not to like at least keep the game on Godot during development. You should be happy with the game. It should kind of stand on what it's doing, regardless of what engine it's using, because all the engines are basically the same thing, and you can do you can do anything with any tool. It just might not be the best tool for that job. So I wouldn't have stress about using Godot.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Godot is my official backup if Unity's policies are so crazy that we can't use it for teaching anymore. Godot is my active on the bench, like we're gonna pop back and start teaching with this. And that's another part of the puzzle, is it's like institutionalized. Like if you got classes that are getting taught in Unity and Unreal, you're gonna get people being more comfortable pushing the production in Unity and Unreal, especially for their first game or whatever. If it's their first time pushing to production, having the comfort of a very well used engine, time tested, to just eliminate weird stuff that might be going on. Then, if you want to come back and try your second game completely from Godot and publish it directly where you can, like, I think that's cool.
Yep. I just posted.
I say yes. Use Godot.
Use Godot. I just posted the Godot Engine 2025 show reel, so you can check that out for some ideas of kinds of games that are made in Godot.
That engine has been, the velocity of it has been very similar to like Unity when it was getting picked up, and the difference is that Unity didn't have to compete with Unity when it was coming up, and Godot has to compete with Unity. So I would stick with it. If you find a technical reason why Godot can't do what you want, then you're not willing to engineer the solution yourself. Then then you talk about migrating, and you want to take that carefully as well, because it's not just like, in some cases Godot makes it almost as easy as just dropping your scripts in. So they've done a lot of the thinking as far as porting to Unreal and Unity. So yeah, I don't think there's an issue.
Indeed.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Well, we are about out of time here. So thanks for showcasing.
Not for me, but for the
So
stream.
just 2 cents I want to add on to that is just like I barely even like use Unity for this game. Like I'm basically just using it for like cross-platform support. So
yeah,
like,
if the core of the game
like,
is like independent, and you're just using Unity as a
like,
spaceship.
Game engine barely matters in this case, though.
Yeah, that's cool. That's always a plus. Keeps the game portable. You don't have to worry about Unity going crazy.
Yeah, this was originally written in Java, and then like I ported it into C# and yeah.
Sweet.
I really know how
Alrighty.
games journalists feel right now.
All right. Well,
I believe in you.
we're going to go ahead and wrap
Thank
this
you.
up. Thank you,
I will
everybody.
post the screenshot when I'm done.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Reminder, we do this on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So feel free to join if you have something that you want to talk about. It could be about a game. It could be resume. It could be wanting to start as a student going to university. We are happy to mentor you about whatever you would like. So thank you so much. Thank you for showcasing your game today. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this off, and we will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.